I don't understand why I'm getting so much hate for being on welfare. Like, why? That's what it is there for. Do they expect me to have 6 kids with 4 different fathers and not be on welfare? What am I supposed to do?
So my kids are trained to talk to CPS, okay? We rehearse multiple times a day when if CPS ever shows up, what they are supposed to say.
Meet Mama Courtney, a TikTok mom who loves posting range-bait content to torment her over 470,000 followers. She has 6 kids from 4 baby daddies, a very, very bad dental problem, and a talent for telling fake stories on her page.
I just bought the new iPhone 16 with my child support check that I get every month.
One day she announced to her audience that her 12-year-old was pregnant.
My 12-year-old is officially pregnant. I'm going to be a grandma, and I could not be more excited.
And the next day she gave an update about how she kicked the same pregnant 12-year-old for not listening to her.
Move in with her 13-year-old boyfriend, get their own apartment, get married, and live their happily ever after. So I gave her 2 choices. You continue to stay pregnant, you have this baby, and you let me mother this child like it was supposed to be.
All these stories are pure lies, and Courtney tells them with a straight face. And the sad part? Her poor followers are always forced to differentiate the line between fiction and reality. Please tell me this is a joke. What the hell is going on now? I just don't know what to say. Now, for those of you who haven't been to this side of TikTok, Mama Courtney adopts a content style known as satire.
No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
This is the use of humor.
So my kids are trained to talk to CPS, okay? We rehearse.
Irony.
So not only are they taking my food stamps away and my cash benefits, they are making me repay everything from the last year.
Sarcasm.
Move in with her 13-year-old boyfriend, get their own apartment, get married, and live the happily ever after.
Or ridicule, to criticize something or someone.
They expect me to pay for my own daycare. They expect me to pay for my own food, my own diapers. They expect me to pay rent. I can't pay rent. I have 6 kids. I have to keep a roof over their head. No.
What is satire? Here's a quick and simple definition. Satire is the use of humor, irony, sarcasm, or ridicule to criticize something or someone. Public figures, such as politicians, are often the subject of satire. And in this case, you, the viewer, are the one being provoked. But here's the thing. Courtney uses her kids to make this content, so it's hard to tell whether or not she's being serious. In one of her most controversial videos, she's openly bragged about coaching her children to lie to Child Protective Services.
Are trained to talk.
In fact, she filmed the rehearsals and posted them online for millions to see.
Does Mama spank you?
No.
Have I ever spanked you?
No.
Am I a nice mom or do I yell a lot?
You're a nice mom.
But the CPS coaching is just the tip of the iceberg. This creator has built an empire on fake narratives. From her entitlement rambles about how government welfare and food stamps pay her bills.
It's your job as a taxpayer to support me and my 6 children anyways. So no, I'm not going to go out and get a job. I get more in food stamps every month.
To her endless false narratives.
Somebody called and said that I lie on TikTok and I make this rage bait on TikTok, so they showed up to my doorstep, and I don't...
There's also her habit of exploiting her nonverbal autistic son.
What did he?
Sissy. Oh.
I love you.
Oh.
And using trending controversial TikTok creators to gain views. A notable example is the Red Pants Girl, who trended for winning a street fight.
Yeah.
Courtney claimed that she was the girl's mother. Courtney is a creator who has crossed every line imaginable. She didn't even hesitate to accuse her husband of being a cheating pervert just for likes.
My husband of 5 years has been cheating on me for I don't know how long, okay? I walked in on him with another woman last night in our bed. My videos from the past, 7-8 months are not real, okay? That's not the real.
And somehow, people still can't tell what's the real deal and what's performance. And there's more where that drama comes from. Who is Mama Courtney? What are the lies she keeps spreading on TikTok? And most importantly, why is her content harmful to her viewers?
Okay, there's rage bait, there's not harmful rage bait, and then there's rage bait that could hurt a lot of people, okay?
Grab your popcorn as we dive into the annoying and disgusting world of Mama Courtney, one of TikTok's most mental rage bait moms. Act 1. The controversies. Now, let's start with a video that should have gotten Courtney's account permanently banned. It's a video we tag the CPS rehearsal.
Are trained to talk.
In her own words, captured on camera with zero shame, Courtney bragged that she trains all 6 of her children on what to say if Child Protective Services comes knocking.
Okay, we rehearse multiple times a day where if CPS ever shows up,
Take a look at one of the rehearsal clips. In this one, we see Courtney asking her 7-year-old daughter a bunch of questions like, does your mom spank you? And am I a nice mom? These are the kinds of questions Child Protective Services are made to ask the children to ensure they are adequately cared for. And yet, Courtney was telling the internet that she practices with her children not once, not twice, but multiple times a day, like it's some kind of fire drill. Think about that for a second. While most parents are teaching their children the alphabet, how to tie their shoes, or the importance of honesty, Courtney is conducting daily rehearsals on how to deceive government officials investigating child welfare. According to Courtney's version of events, CPS showed up to her house regarding a disturbing TikTok video from November.
Well, CPS showed up to our house last night for a TikTok video that was disturbing, worrisome, from back in November that had already been dealt with.
Now, there's no mention of what the concerning video was about, but Courtney claimed that it had been so disturbing that it attracted the attention of CPS. After showing up at her doorstep, they followed protocol and interviewed Courtney's kids. However, this is where things got messy. 5 out of the 6 children performed their scripted responses perfectly, except for one daughter.
Obviously, they went and talked to all the kids, all 6 kids. All 5 kids said what they are supposed to, except my one daughter.
Courtney stated that her daughter decided to tell the truth instead.
Daughter decided to tell them the truth. The truth.
This child chose honesty over obedience to her mother's manipulation. And how did Courtney respond to her daughter doing the right thing? With punishment that borders on psychological abuse. The punishment wasn't a timeout or losing TV privileges. Courtney confiscated her daughter's phone and tablet, then went nuclear by removing the girl's bedroom door from its hinges.
So, I took her phone away. Her phone was taken, her tablet was taken, and I took her bedroom door off the hinge.
This wasn't discipline. It was retaliation for refusing to participate in a cover-up. And this is where the story took a crazy turn. After being put into timeout, Courtney claimed that her daughter used a computer to call 911, reporting that her mother was being mean to her.
She does it on her computer. I didn't even know that you could do this. Call 911. Call 911 to tell them that her mother is being mean to her and disciplining her because for no reason. That's what
Courtney spoke as if her daughter was the bad guy in the story. She spoke as if she was justified to punish her daughter by confiscating her devices and erasing her privacy with the removed bedroom door. She believed that her daughter was acting entitled like other youngsters in this generation, and this is why she had to discipline her.
Is so entitled. It just blows my mind. And this is why kids are doing the things they are doing.
But the truth is, Courtney herself is a problematic mother. Nothing about her story screamed proper parenting. From teaching her kids to punishing a kid for telling the truth, Courtney was proving to her audience that she didn't respect the kids' feeling or boundaries. This fact proves all the more true when she boldly stated that nothing happens because I'm the mother. This was after the police came and did nothing.
You show up to my house guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens because I am the mother.
After boasting about how she got away with the situation with the police, Courtney ended the video by noting how the punishment would last for a week. Then she added a chilling remark that next time CPS shows up, her daughter would learn to lie.
Door is staying off the hinges. The phone and the tablet, she's not getting back for another week. Okay, next time CPS shows up, maybe she will learn to lie.
Courtney's attitude was a complete reflection of her true nature as a mother. Through her story, she proved that she was not afraid to adopt any means to discipline her child if they disobeyed her. But here's the big question. Is this the kind of mother Courtney is? Or was the whole story a lie? You see, Courtney's bio reads, "For entertainment purposes only. Satire, rage bait, most hated." So it's only natural that a few people question what she posts on her page. In this particular CPS rehearsal video, many viewers believed it was a joke. Rage bait as usual. Rage baiting. You are the best rage baiter on TikTok. However, at the same time, there are people who are unfamiliar with her and her satirical content. This group of commenters responded by shunning Mama Courtney. Awful mother. CPS needs to be made aware that she makes her kids lie. And that's the main problem here. Mama Courtney is so fond of trolling her followers with these unusual stories that it's difficult to tell what's true and what's not. At this point, you can't take her page seriously because she cap a lot. This particular CPS rehearsal video might be a lie at the end of the day, but who knows? Who can tell? Courtney's content is centered primarily on fake CPS stories. It's hard to know whether she might have injected a true scenario into them. Courtney once admitted that CPS had showed up at her house after a concerning report was made.
Because people went real life by believing my videos and called CPS. Now, CPS was only called one time, or at least CPS only showed up.
The comment was made in one of her apology videos, which we'll eventually come back to as we proceed. It's safe to take this one confession as the only shred of authenticity on her page, especially because it's the first video Courtney pinned on her TikTok page. If you scroll through Courtney's TikTok, you'd think Child Protective Services has nothing better to do than camp outside her house. One time, she claimed CPS threatened to take her kids unless she stopped posting on TikTok.
CPS just came in here, giving me an ultimatum. I either stop making TikToks or my kids had to go with them. Guess what I had to choose? I can't stop.
And in another video, she talked about CPS harassment and acted as if she was talking to them at the time of recording. Meanwhile, there was no one there all along.
So I've got CPS right here. So I just wanted to record our walkthrough that they are asking for, right? That's what you guys want, is you guys want to see the trailer?
This was the CPS content Mama Courtney was using to remain relevant on the internet. Most times, the videos barely cracked 1,000 likes or even 10,000 views. Just a few of them were able to gain high views. Her most popular ragebait CPS tale is the one where she talks about her pregnant 12-year-old daughter.
12-year-old is officially pregnant. I'm going to be a grandma, and I could not be.
Courtney put on a straight face and told her audience that her 12-year-old daughter was pregnant for her 12-year-old boyfriend. She also stated that both kids had dated for 2 years.
And before you guys come for me, my daughter is 12, okay? Her boyfriend is also 12. They have been together.
The video raked in more than 11 million views and over 900,000 likes. After launching the story on the internet, Courtney began to update follow-up videos about her pregnant 12-year-old. In one episode, she posted a video claiming that CPS opened a case on her daughter.
You guys have literally nothing better to do than to call CPS on my pregnant daughter. Y'all really called CPS on my 12-year-old who is pregnant with...
Another episode was about somebody reporting Courtney to CPS, claiming that she forced her 12-year-old daughter to get pregnant.
CPS just left my house. Surprise, surprise. They had a report that Mama C on TikTok, which is moi, forced her 12-year-old to get off birth control, forced her and her 13-year-old boyfriend to...
Now, if you were in doubt before, this is how you can tell these videos are purely fake. Courtney had once claimed that her daughter's boyfriend was 12 years old.
My daughter is 12, okay? Her boyfriend is...
However, in this new video, she stated that the boy was 13.
Forced her and her 13-year-old boyfriend to...
Very few people noticed the inconsistencies in her story. You said he was 12. However, this is mainly because they were familiar with her content. For those who didn't know her, her words were nothing but real and disgusting. And this is how the CPS narratives continued over and over again. Courtney had told her followers that CPS has threatened to take her 12-year-old daughter along with the newborn twins.
Who knows what? So now they are threatening not only to take my daughter, but to take both babies. Since my 12-year-old is the mother to the two babies, that she will be put in foster care.
And in another instance, Courtney reported that CPS wanted to take her 3-week-old grandkids. And in the video, she did something baffling. She showed the baby's room to TikTok. Courtney recorded a video of her messy storage room and claimed it was for the babies.
Where they sleep. I'm going to show you where they sleep. How is this not safe? There is a bassinet right there. Bassinet right there. Diaper change.
All these silly narratives are what Courtney used as content. For her, talking about CPS was like talking about the Daily Mail. While most parents would be ashamed to be affiliated with CPS out of fear of losing custody over their kids, Courtney treated it like a brand endorsement. Even worse, she treated the entire agency like a babysitting service. One time, Courtney claimed that she'd called CPS to come pick up her kids so she could go to the bar with her girls.
What's the point of CPS if they're not going to do their job? I call CPS and tell them I need them to come get my kids overnight, and then I need them to drop them back off because I don't have a vehicle. So I told them they need to pick them up and then drop them back off, and they said that's not what they do.
Who would treat CPS like a babysitting service? Only Mama Courtney found this type of content amusing. Even her followers found the story hard to believe. You're kidding, right? This is a joke, right? Why would they do that? They are not your personal babysitters. But as we've already established, Mama Courtney is all about rage bait. Nothing on her page is to be taken seriously. Or should we? Well, after having fun around the topic, Courtney eventually made a video explaining that she never even had a 12-year-old daughter in the first place.
No, I do not have a 12-year-old daughter.
That admission put a stop to the pregnant daughter narrative. But should Mama Courtney go scot-free like that? Definitely not. Even though she'd released her statement claiming that her rage bait content wasn't true, it doesn't change the fact that it was wrong in the first place. In fact, in reality, every tale that Courtney told about her kids are not to be taken lightly. No mother should come online on any social media platform to joke about a pregnant 12-year-old daughter. No sane parent should degrade the essence and quality of CPS. Child Protective Services is an institution that investigates reports about child and neglect. Child Protective Services. The CPS investigates reports, true or otherwise, of abused or neglected children. My mother-in-law actually had the nerve to send a false report in, and the CPS came and almost had my kids taken away. That f***ing woman just won't quit. There are many children in the world who are in need of this special attention. There are real 12-year-old girls who are pregnant and in need of intervention from CPS. But by downplaying the integrity of such a busy agency, Courtney essentially mocked the suffering of children in dire situations. The average CPS worker goes through a lot of protocols after reports have been made. The worker reviews the alleged cases, investigates and interviews the parties involved, collects evidence, and drafts a plan to help the children. Courtney's content convinced someone out there that CPS harasses people and threatens to take their children away. Meanwhile, this is not true. And let's not forget that Courtney herself claimed that a report had been made to CPS once.
Because people went real life by believing my videos and called CPS. Now, CPS was only called one time, or at least CPS only showed up.
The time that had been taken in addressing her case would have been put into another emergency. Instead, it was wasted on checking Mama Courtney's relationship with her kids based on the false narratives she'd been posting online. Of all the content to use for engagement on TikTok, Courtney chose to rage bait using CPS stories. The main question here is why? Why did she settle for rage bait content? And what led to this point in her TikTok journey? Act 2. Courtney's TikTok history. From struggling creator to rage bait queen. You see, Courtney didn't start out on TikTok as a rage bait queen. When she joined the platform in July of 2024, her content was actually pretty standard stuff. She posted wholesome videos of her newborn, and glimpses of family life. This was the typical content you'd expect from a mom of 6 kids trying to build a following. There was nothing particularly controversial and nothing designed to provoke outrage. Courtney was just a woman trying to find her audience on a platform dominated by people far more talented and creative than herself. The problem? Nobody cared. Her videos were lucky to crack 500 views. In fact, they barely managed to garner up 20 likes. On a platform where success means hundreds of thousands or millions of views, Courtney was invisible. She tried following trends by participating in challenges like duets.
Good Lord, tell them drink some. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a hit.
She did anything new creators would do to build an audience. She even started posting videos of her nonverbal autistic son for clicks. In one post, she shared a picture of her son with the caption, "How to get more profile views." Under this post, Courtney used the hashtags more profile views and road to 10K followers. So it was pretty clear that this TikTok mom wanted an audience. She craved attention, wanted fame, and here's the majority reason why. Courtney wanted to fix her teeth. She had bad dental care, with her upper teeth completely gone and the lower one completely rotted.
Insecure. You found me lying on the floor.
Now, she was desperate to get an audience that would either pay for her treatment or give her enough publicity for a free treatment. To achieve that, Courtney was now using her autistic son to achieve that goal. This was such a shameful tactic, but Courtney was desperate. And as they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. Courtney kept pushing her son's content on TikTok. She posted videos of him lying on the floor.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
Videos of him sleeping in a baby carrier.
These memories will stay with.
And videos of how she always struggled to put him in a car seat.
Get in your seat. No, we gotta get in your seat. We gotta get in your seat.
Courtney posted every moment of her kid for her TikTok campaign for followers. Sadly, the growth was slow. Her videos of her autistic son, although cute and warm, barely cracked 10,000 views and even 100 likes. But here's the interesting part. Courtney was getting somewhere. Her views started climbing. And before she knew it, her most viral video to date broke the internet. This was her 7-year-old daughter's ear piercing video.
3, 2, 1, done.
It was posted in September of 2024, 2 months after Courtney had begun her TikTok journey. In the video, Courtney explained that her daughter didn't want to get the piercing, but she, as her mother, went with it anyway. In the video, the little girl can be seen scared and unwilling to pierce her ears. But all the adults cheered her on, assuring her of how quickly they would be done with the procedure.
Ready? There, you're almost done.
And then we can leave. Honey.
There. You can't have just one. You're
No,
almost there.
come
babe.
on.
Ready?
Honey, you
Look
got
at
this.
Mama.
Hey,
Take
look
it.
The video basically spans out with Courtney's daughter refusing to do the second piercing after the first one, and viewers quickly shared their displeasure with Courtney in the comments. Some cautioned the adults, stating that they were supposed to do the piercing at the same time. They are supposed to do it same time. While some others claimed that they would have left after their daughter said no. No way I'm talking her into doing it for an hour. She says no, we leave. Today, the video has managed to gain close to 13 million views and over 500,000 likes. It was a breakthrough period for Courtney. Although her views in subsequent videos didn't grow into millions, she discovered something new in her quest for TikTok engagement, posting multiple times a day. Courtney revealed her newfound hack in this period. She didn't post once, twice, or 5 times a day. Courtney posted an estimated 20 times a day to boost her chances of showing up in the algorithm.
I post 20 times a day. And I have been posting 20 times a day since day one.
She believed that one of her many videos would reach and build her audience, and she would eventually become a known name on the platform. However, this wasn't the only thing that helped Courtney's account grow. In the course of her TikTok journey, Courtney learned a new trick: using controversial parental content to quickly rack views. Content that would have her audience triggered by her parenting skills. This was her new grand idea to become uber famous on the platform. But in the process of Courtney chasing attention, her innocent children were getting exploited. And she had her daughter's ear piercing video to thank for that. Within a day, the video had gained over 2 million views. Courtney saw this and discovered that her secret to early TikTok success was sharing disturbing narratives about her children.
How to get almost 2 million views on a video in 24 hours? Just do what I did. Post a controversial parenting topic. I took my 7-year-old to get her ears pierced for her birthday, and I've gotten almost 2 million.
This new plan became set in motion after the first case that Courtney posted on TikTok. Sometime in October 2024, Courtney shared a video stating that somebody had reported her to CPS because of the ear piercing video.
So to whoever called DHS on me, I hope you...
Her expression was serious as she spoke. She explained that the visit took her by surprise because she couldn't believe that people on the internet could think she was a bad mother.
They knock on the door, they tell me who they are. I give them a look of astonishment because I can't believe somebody would call and say those things. They asked to come in, like I always have. I allow them to come in.
The video even included a momentary tour of the house, where Courtney tried to show her audience that she was decent. Her house was neat, and nothing indicated that she posed an immediate threat to the well-being of her kids.
This is what they see when they walk in. A clean house. Spotless.
Somewhere in the 2-minute clip, she also stated that the Department of Homeland Security had been called on her multiple times for no tangible reason.
I have had DHS called on me multiple times, and nothing for actually...
Taking this particular video into account, we can assume that this was the first and only time CPS actually pulled up on Courtney's doorstep. Like we discussed earlier, she had once admitted that she had one visit from them.
Because people went real life by believing my videos and called CPS. Now, CPS was only called one time, or at least CPS only showed up.
However, here's the thing. This was Courtney's very first CPS-related video. This video where she claimed that CPS had shown up unannounced.
So to whoever called DHS on me, I hope you...
This was the first time. It had never happened before, and Courtney claimed that it was a lesson for her because CPS had better things to do than waste a visit on her.
Now, CPS was only called one time, or at least CPS only showed up to my house one time. But that one time was enough, because that is now taking resources away from children that actually need help.
However, in reality, the first CPS video was the beginning of a rage bait trolling spree. It was the first and definitely not the last. The video itself didn't crack 10,000 views and barely gained up to 20 likes. Yet she hopped on the controversial rage bait content and used it to build a following. She would claim that CPS got her a new bed.
Thank you for calling CPS and bringing them into my life again. Because of you, all of my kids have a brand new bed.
And one time, she also stated that CPS took her kids without a warrant, even though you can hear her kids in the background.
I hope you guys are freaking happy. CPS just showed up to my doorstep once again and took my kids with no warning.
These narratives left her viewers challenging her in the comments to know whether she was telling the truth. One commenter wrote, "Prove it." And another commenter claimed that they seriously doubt it. They were not wrong though. After all, Mama Courtney was on a quest to become the queen of satire. Others who were familiar with her game called her bluff in the comments. No one called CPS on her. Sadly, Courtney still got what she wanted and loved, the attention and the division in her comment section. It continued to push her name into the TikTok algorithm. By October 2024, 3 months into her TikTok journey, Courtney hit 10K followers. Her account continued to grow. However, when it climbed to 200,000 followers in April 2025, something happened. Her account was banned. There was no specific reason why, but it could be that TikTok had reviewed some of her rage bait content and found them to be harmful. Mama Courtney quickly created a backup TikTok account, which has amassed a little over 20,000 followers now. And in a video, she basically begged her followers to appeal for her account to be brought back.
Log in this morning, my account was banned. You to do is to go to TikTok support, okay? And message them whatever you need to do to get my account unbanned.
She was desperate because after so much struggle, after the pain of using her children to go viral, she'd lost the account. Fortunately for her, luck was on her side. TikTok unbanned her account within the next 6 months. Courtney made 300,000 followers. Courtney was soaring using false narratives about CPS. And that wasn't the only thing she was posting on her page. Courtney also shared false stories about being under government assistance. Courtney's content in late 2024 marked the beginning of her full rage bait era, and she never looked back since then. She focused on government assistance content, bragging about how she was entitled to taxpayers' money.
I understand why I'm getting so much hate for being on welfare. Like, why? That's what it is there for. Do they expect me to have 6 kids with 4 different fathers and not be on welfare? What am I?
Courtney would break down all her family's needs and how she was not the one meant to foot the bills.
They expect me to pay for my own daycare. They expect me to pay for my own food, my own diapers. They expect me to pay rent. I can't pay rent. I have 6 kids I have to keep.
She also boasted that she had been on welfare since she was pregnant with her first child when she was only 19 years old.
I have been on welfare since I was 19 years old when I was pregnant with my first child.
From there, Courtney added that she gets $3,300 per month in food stamps, $900 in cash benefits, and Section 8 housing that covers most of their rent and water bills.
Okay, so I receive $3,300 in EBT food stamps a month. Okay, that is just food. $900 in cash. I also get Section 8 housing, okay? So they pay for most of my rent. I pay like $70-some.
Her words were engineered to provoke maximum outrage from taxpayers. She spoke as if someone had to be responsible for her 6 children's welfare, as if her personal reproductive choices automatically entitled her to taxpayer support. Courtney was simply using words that would trigger hardworking people. And guess what? It worked. Her viewers simply couldn't believe their ears. Is this for real? And they were upset, wondering why the hardworking Americans were the ones lining up the pockets of someone like Mama Courtney. Why is it the hardworking Americans to pay for your choices? What makes this particularly galling is her attitude about it. She wasn't presenting government assistance as something she's grateful for or working to move beyond. She was presenting it as her right, something she was entitled to because of decisions she made. And here's where the crazy part came in. On December 31st, 2024, Courtney posted about how she was almost arrested for welfare fraud.
Just got arrested again. This time for welfare.
According to Courtney, she went to Walmart to buy cheap soda with her food stamps. There's a policy where the empty soda cans can sell for 12 cents in exchange. Courtney was banking on that.
I get food stamps, so I get between 5 and 7 24 packs of like the cheap Walmart brand pop or whatever. The ones that you get 10 cents back for every,
So after purchasing the soda, she took them out to the parking lot and poured them all out on the ground. This was all because she wanted to exchange the empty cans for the 10-cent deposit at Walmart.
And I use my food stamps to buy the pop, and then I go out to the parking lot and I pour them all out.
This was completely unreasonable and illegal. If Courtney's story was true, then she could have gone about the entire case differently. She could have easily poured the soda into another bottle. Or she could have taken the soda home to drink for a day or two, then returned to sell the empty cans. However, she explained that she straight up dumped the soda in the parking lot and went back into the store to get her money. That's straight up welfare fraud, and she admitted to it on camera while laughing about it. In a follow-up video, Courtney told her viewers that the cops were at her house to pursue the case.
Are at my fucking house right now. They decided to press charges for welfare fraud for me buying all those Walmart 12 packs and dumping them out for cash because I didn't.
She ended the video saying she was going to jail and even flashed a peace sign.
Guess I'm going to jail, guys.
But as we all know, it was a lie. And she went on to post even more satirical content about government assistance and food stamps. These are welfare topics that are not to be played with. They are built into place to help low-income households stay afloat. Yet Courtney was making content out of it, disrespecting the system for views and clicks. One time, Courtney complained that the government was forcing her to sell her 2024 BMW or else she would lose her benefits.
Is the state forcing me to sell my 2024 BMW that I paid with cash? Not only are they forcing me to sell it unless I want to get cut off on all government assistance, they took my whole tax refund.
Mind you, this is someone who can't afford to buy money to fix her teeth. Somebody who had claimed to have been living on welfare since she was 19. Yet, here she was, talking about how she owned a 2024 BMW, which cost between $59,000 to $66,000. And the rage bait didn't end there. Courtney still made another video talking about how her family was struggling because her government benefits had dropped. She stated that food stamps had gone from $4,400 to $3,800, and this was barely enough for her family to get by.
Food stamps went from $4,400 in food stamps every month to $38.
But here's the thing about Courtney's false food stamp stories. Food stamps, which are coordinated by the U.S. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP for short, are not expensive meal tickets. In fact, low-income families under this program don't receive up to $2,000 in benefits. Courtney belongs to a family of 8, and so her monthly allotment would be $1,789. So her claims on TikTok about how she was getting over $3,000 and even $4,000 in benefits are completely false. One time, she'd even gone as far as alleging she collected $10,000 a month in food stamps.
It's been 6 days since my food stamps were taken. Almost $10,000 a month in welfare benefits that I no longer have.
The lies got so out of hand that Courtney even made a satirical video listing all the ways in which a family could scam the government using welfare benefits. She listed all the government assistance she received, from $4,300 in EBT, which is the card used to collect food stamps, to $2,000 in cash assistance and disability checks.
Been in welfare for 13 years. I have never worked a day in my life, okay? I receive food stamps, $4,300 a month in food stamps. I receive cash assistance.
All these benefits were tailored to give the impression that Courtney had found a way to live an easy life through welfare. But at the end of the day, they were all false stories used to curate her TikTok account. Mama Courtney was going to great lengths to become a household name on TikTok. She had used CPS stories and food stamps as her stepping stone. And that's not all. She also used real people in her family and on TikTok to get views. How did she do this? Well, the same way she always had. Courtney hopped on the trend of controversial topics, exploiting people for content. Courtney shamelessly weaponized everyone for engagement. If a TikTok creator was trending for any reason, she would create a video inserting herself into the situation. Here's an example. In July 2025, there was a video circulating about a mother who had been embarrassed at a 4th of July celebration.
So I was invited to a 4th of July party the other day by my son's best friend's mother.
The other had attended a party, only to be insulted by the host and their family. Not long after, it was speculated that the host of the party was a TikTok couple named Jack and Stacia Hicks. Stacia Hicks later confirmed the internet's suspicion by posting a response video.
2, I am not a mean person. My husband is not a mean person. We are not mean people.
Now, this was the drama that was happening on TikTok around July. It was totally unrelated to Courtney. Yet, what did she do? She made her own video, claiming that Stacia Hicks was her sister-in-law.
I'm going to come on the internet and admit this, but Stacia Hicks, the homeowner of that 4th of July party with the antipasto salad, yes, Stacia is my sister-in-law.
Courtney claimed that she'd never liked Stacia and was not defending her.
I do not defend Stacia. I have never liked her. From the very beginning, her relationship with my stepbrother, didn't like her.
New viewers believed her immediately. Tell us everything. How is everyone on this app connected? We live in a simulation. And the viewers grew immediately. 5 million views and 300 likes. And that's how Mama Courtney continued with the style. She was gaining new followers by acting as if she was part of multiple dramas on the internet. She did the same thing when a girl called Red Pants Girl was trending on TikTok. She was famous for winning a fight against another girl. And Mama Courtney quickly capitalized on that trend. She started posting videos claiming that she was the mother of the Red Pants Girl. The Red Pants Girl herself dropped a comment attesting that Courtney wasn't her mother. Yeah, this ain't my mom. However, the deed had been done. Like before, Courtney had succeeded in being noticed on the internet, gaining over 3.5 million views from that video. The TikTok mom continued to exploit people online just to get views. And that's not all. Courtney didn't just use strangers on the internet, she also used her own husband. You heard that right. Courtney shamelessly weaponized her family for content. We already talked about how she used her nonverbal autistic son to reach 10K followers. She wanted her disabled kid to tug heartstrings and generate sympathy. But nobody got it worse than her husband. In one video, Courtney accused her husband of being a creep, who named their daughter after a young OnlyFans creator named Sophie Rain.
Husband literally named our daughter after a OF creator. When I was pregnant and he brought up the name Sophie Rain, I never asked him where it came from because I thought it was super cute.
She claimed that she found inappropriate photos on his phone, and she also said that he followed this girl when she was underage and he was 53 years old.
I go on my husband's phone. He is subbing to these very inappropriate pictures. Appropriate because he's 53 years old. He's 53 years old.
This was Courtney calling her own husband a pervert on the internet. And that wasn't the end of it. In another video, Courtney claimed that he was cheating and that she tricked him by pretending to be the hot young blonde woman in his DMs. She called it the sweetest revenge, positioning herself as the clever wife who caught her scumbag husband red-handed. For months, Courtney manufactured several narratives about her husband. She claimed that he threatened to leave her if she didn't disown her children from her previous baby daddies.
10 years is giving me an ultimatum. Him or my 2 older kids. He pretty much told me this morning. He pretty much threatened he is leaving unless I disown my kid.
Courtney was constantly accusing her husband of something awful. However, by this time, Courtney's followers already knew better than to believe her. They felt sorry for her husband. Poor guy. Guys, it's satire. Report this lady, she's a liar fraud. The tables were turning slowly on Courtney. Her rage bait content was spoiling her husband's reputation. She made him out to be a pervert and a cheater and an irresponsible adult who didn't want anything to do with her children. Not only that, Courtney had also degraded the value of CPS and government assistance. People survive through these government agencies. Yet, Courtney posted exaggerated videos about how CPS was always threatening to take her children and how she was always entitled to food stamps. People who aren't familiar with the nature of her content always fall for it. They believed she was related to controversial TikTok figures whenever they trended. Courtney's content was influencing public opinion and twisting them in her favor. She wanted people to follow her for more rage bait content. And at the same time, she was steadily growing her account in hopes that she would find monetary gain to fix her teeth. This was low and fraudulent. Courtney was building her brand on lies and expecting that one day she might reach an audience. Perhaps she'd hoped that they would crowdfund her dental care. Who knows? When her followers got fed up with her rage bait content, they went on a rampage. I'm sick of this woman. Go away. Get a job. You're just a liar and always trying to scam people out of money. Courtney's moment of fame had gradually expired. Her view count barely reached 10,000 views for someone with almost 500,000 followers. Even the number of likes were depressing, with her recent videos garnering less than 500 views, as opposed to the tens of thousands before. The reduction in engagement eventually pushed Courtney to declare that she would stop posting rage bait content.
Yesterday I decided to stop the rage bait, stop the satire content, okay? So from now on, anything you see me posting is going to be the real, authentic.
This was in August of 2025. Courtney confessed that everything she'd been posting for the past 8 months had been lies. The sex trolls, food stamp stories, and updates about her cheating husband all had been fake. But you already know that, don't you?
My videos from the past, 7-8 months are not real, okay? That's not the real.
After this video, in November 2025, Courtney offered an official apology. She apologized for how harmful her rage bait content was proving to be.
I want to apologize to anyone I may have hurt.
She claimed that if she could go back in time, she wouldn't have done rage bait content.
Single penny that I make on this video, and I'm going to be making a video every single day up until Christmas, up until like the 23rd.
The second official apology came in early December, about 4 days after the first one. Once again, Courtney reiterated that she never wanted to harm anyone with her content.
If I have to apologize every single day, if I have to make 20 videos a day to get to everybody, for everybody to see this, to see my apology.
And once again, she acknowledged how top tier her rage bait was on the scale.
Okay, there's rage bait, there's not harmful rage bait, and then there's rage bait that could hurt a lot of people. Okay, I was way up here.
Following the video, rage bait content did stop. She even changed her contact to desperate pleas for dental help. Courtney began to beg her followers to donate for her dental implants. This had always been her goal in the first place, getting famous on TikTok so that she could fix her teeth. But it was quite unfortunate that she'd lost their trust before she could achieve that dream. Courtney was desperate for dental help. She even begged her viewers to tag Mr. Beast so that he could fund her dental treatment. Then, alongside these pleading posts, Courtney began posting videos about her declining mental health. One time, she'd expressed that she was contemplating whether or not to get off the app due to her mental health and the teeth comment.
2 babies together. 2 babies together. Almost 7 years. And I haven't received one thing.
And in another video, she shares glimpses of her mental breakdowns.
This is not one of my normal videos. I just want y'all to pray for me.
These videos revealed that Courtney was truly going through something mentally and emotionally. However, the videos barely scratched the same traction it usually did in the past. Regardless, Courtney continued to post multiple times a day, like she used to, perhaps hoping that one day she would be able to gain her viewers' trust enough through authentic content. Act 3. Real-world impact. Conclusion. Mama Courtney truly succeeded in provoking a lot of internet users in the course of 1 year. If she had not yet been cautioned by netizens, her content would have caused a lot of real-life issues, especially reforms in government policies. Politicians and taxpayers who already see an issue with certain policies could point to creators like Courtney as proof that the system is broken and full of fraud. With the way she was bragging online about being entitled to government assistance, she more or less painted a picture that the real-life benefactors are lazy and defrauding the system. Real families who rely on government assistance already face enormous stigma. Single mothers working multiple jobs but still need food stamps to feed their kids. And families with disabled members who require disability benefits to survive. There are real-life situations that Courtney had mocked for content. Then, at the end of the day, it all came crashing down on her. She lost the trust of her followers. Any story she tells right now would be treated as satire, make-believe. It happened after 2 apology videos. Courtney had claimed that she had spent $100 on a promise ring for her 16-year-old's 3-month anniversary with his girlfriend.
Why did I just spend over $100 on a promise ring for my 16-year-old to give to his girlfriend for their 3-month?
And there's another one where she claimed that she ran into her high school sweetheart only for the reunion to be ruined when he asked about her teeth.
Looked at me. What happened to your teeth?
Mind you, she posted this amidst all the other videos of her begging for followers to donate for her dental treatment. Since she had already built a platform on lies, it was difficult to tell what was actually rage baiting and what was actually sincere. This is the price she has to pay for proving how good of a liar she is on TikTok. Mama Courtney crossed a line in content creation. What will happen from here on out? We can't say. She might go back to making rage bait content, or might even come up with another outrageous strategy. Only time will tell. Or what do you think? Will Mama Courtney change for the better? Or will she backtrack and use any foul means possible to get the media's attention? Leave an answer in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.